Sit in back straight position. Abdomen relax. Inhale. 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 Please join your hands and let's chant the prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Thank you all for listening the prayer. Now I will start my session. Will you please make me host so that I can share my screen with all of you?
Rajaram ji sir, namaste. Share the screen.
Rajaram ji, you please mute that others' mic, please, because so that the speaker will be comfortable.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so today's my topic about talking Shivambu is my journey towards preventive health. Myself, Kapil Budhawat. I'm Bachelor of Pharmacy. I learned yoga. Then I started teaching yoga. I'm a international certified yoga teacher. I have qualified level 3 of yoga certification board. I'm a dietitian. I prescribed natural diet. I'm a scientific Surya Namaskar, as my Guruji already talked about my journey to become a scientific Surya Namaskar. I'm a Shivambu expert and Mantakshya expert. So I started practicing yoga and diet from last 4 years and Shivambu as a therapy from last 2 years in Pune. Health Siren is located in Wakad in Pune. Contact details are given there. So anybody who wants to contact with or connect with me, we can connect on this contact. Now, what about today's discussion? So, just a second. Excuse me. Yes. So in today's discussion, I'm mainly focusing in given areas. I'm trying to talk about what is health, what Shushruta Samhita define about health. Then I'm going to talk about what are my early Shivambu observations, what is my takes on Shivambu as a preventive health, how I become Shivambu expert, difference between guru and teacher, and my observations with aged Shivambu. So I want to start with the definition which is given in Sushruta Samhita. So in Sushruta Samhita, health is defined as the normal condition of 3 doshas. As we know, there are 3 doshas, Vayu, Pitta and Kapha. Then normal condition of Agni, Mala. Mala is organic excretion created by our body. And the 7 dhatus of the body. The 7 dhatus are Rasa dhatu, Rakta dhatu, Meda dhatu, Majja dhatu, Asti dhatu, and Shukra dhatu. As well as serene state of the body, mind, and the sense organs. So when we talk about the definition of health given by Sushruta Samhita, then we come to realize that 99.99% of today's generation are not healthy, are not fit. Though we can consider ourselves healthy, but we are not. We are far away from what is called health. So today I will try to enlighten about how a preventive health is more important alongside the curative health. So the definition itself focuses on the external and internal fitness of the body. So it's not only about the physical fitness, but it is also talking about the mindset, the mental fitness of the body. So if we consider, are we in this kind of state, then I think we are not normal. So whenever we consider ourselves as normal, then we must learn this definition, which is given by Sushruta, which is 1,000 years old ancient text of India. Now, what are my early Shivambu observations? So when I started Shivambu, I noticed some observations. So these observations are categorized like a month-old, 3 months old, 6 month old, and then years and 2 years and 3 years old. So I listed some of my observations. First is bowel cleansing, when it start, how it help in other progress of my health. Then I'm going to talk about energy boost and increase in stamina, how Shivambu helped me to increase the stamina along with my other activities. Then I'm going to talk about increased flexibility and fat loss with Shivambu and other my activities. Then mental changes in attitudinal changes, physiological changes in my body, and then I'm going to focus a little bit on spiritual changes. So let's begin with early Shivambu observations. bowel cleansing. So when I started Shivambu under guidance of Mr. Anand Bapat, so that journey started as a preventive health. I was not diseased at that time, and there is no such need that I start Shivambu. But once in a discussion, our Guruji, when talking about the preventive health, so we are just exploring the dimension. I remember that was the last session of our scientific Surya Namaskar, and we got some discussion. Let's talk about more preventive health. So then he introduced me about Shivambu. So at that time, he asked me that, do you hesitate about this? I said, no, because I have that background of pharmacy. I deal with lots of chemicals and chemical reactions. So that time I know, yes, urine, when we passed out, it never smelled. But when it reacted with the oxygen, then that foul smell start coming. So that was in my mind. Then I said, yeah, I will try it. And then on the next day, I started with my Shivambu practice. So first 5 days, I used to go for my bowel emptying 2 times in a day. Earlier, before Shivambu, it's once in morning and once in evening. That was normal for me for last 5-10 years of my age. But when I started Shivambu practice, I used to go 2 times in morning. Then I noticed that after 2 weeks, the duration or the frequency increased to 3 times in morning. And then I realized the flushing effect of the Shivambu. So when we talk about the flushing effect of the Shivambu, it's like you need to run into the washroom. So that kind of flushing effect I'm talking here. So the big question in my mind, and I'm constantly in touch with my Guruji as he's guiding me through this journey all the time. So he's a person, he always keep asking me question whenever I got any answer. When I ask him, why did this happen? So he told me, yeah, you tell me why that happened with you. So okay, I'm a pharmacist now. I need to go into my books and find out what is the diuretic process, what happened after Shivambu and all. So I starting searching on that thing. So I come to know that yes, when we do Shivambu, there is certain osmotic pressure changes. So the isotonicity of body changes a little bit. So same thing happened when we did Shankha Prakshalan, which is a drinking of salt water, rock salt water, technique of cleansing your bowels given in Shat Karmas, Hatyog Pradapika. So the same kind of osmotic pressure is changing due to the Shivambu. And Shivambu also contains some salt along with some good nutrition and a little higher amount of urea. And there is hygroscopic nature of Shivambu because of the urea present in the Shivambu. So the hygroscopic nature flushes that mala or excretion out of your body. So I come to realize, these are 2-3 effects. Then the next question came in mind, is that flushing effect happening with everyone in the same frequency? Then again, this is a thoughtful question. Then I need to again get into a deep thought. I started observing, I started talking with my patients, my colleagues who are started drinking Shivambu. So then the answer is varying. Some say, no, I'm not getting flushing effect yet. Some told, yeah, I'm getting the flushing effect in first 2-3 days only. So why this flushing effect varies person to person? So when I started reading the Shushut Samhita earlier, then it clicked in my mind. Yeah, so Shivambu balancing Vata, Pitta and Kapha and might be the chance that the three dosha balance in somebody's body is in harmony, it's normal, then the flushing effect starting very soon. But the three dosha balance in someone is imbalance, a lot of I would say excretory mala is there, then that is actually taking time to cleanse the bowels. So vata, pitta, kapha, these three doshas are really important for the flushing effect to occur. So again, it varies person to person. Now let's move forward and talk about the energy boost and increase in stamina. So I can clearly talk about this because of practice of scientific Surya Namaskar. As Guruji already told that I'm 26 level qualified of scientific Surya Namaskar out of 70 levels. So doing scientific Surya Namaskar, it demands a lot of stamina and energy. For a bit, I'm just going to show you a glimpse of scientific Surya Namaskar, what is grade 8 is. So I want you all to join your hands. Okay, I will just bring my camera a little down. Join your hands in such a way. Yes, join your hands in such a way that your elbows are in one line and just little away from your chest, and apply the maximum pressure on your hands, full of your capacity. Keep applying the pressure, push your limits, apply. Every one of you, please apply the pressure, maximum pressure on your hands. Let your hands shake, let them vibrate. Keep applying the pressure. Yes, apply the pressure maximum. Okay, so this is your 100% capacity. It again varies person to person according to their age and their capacity. Now I want you to divide this pressure into three parts, like 30%, 60%, and 90%. Now let's apply 30% of your pressure. Join your hands. Apply 30% pressure on your hands. Keep applying. Now increase that pressure. Increase that pressure up to 60%. Keep applying your pressure. Okay. So this pressure is not only on your hands. This pressure is on each and every fiber muscle of your body while doing the scientific Surya Namaskar. So, and along with the resistance to your breath. So now doing this kind of Surya Namaskar for 2 minutes, it demands more energy. So before talking more about scientific Surya Namaskar, I just want to show what a grade 8 scientific Surya Namaskar looks like. Okay. So I will just show you a 2 minutes presentation. Can you see the screen, all of you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So here I'm presenting grade 8 level 3 scientific Surya Namaskar, which is 5-second hold in position and movement of 5 seconds with 60% of my resistance. I'm talking about my resistance, which is equally applying a 40 kg of weight. You are like pushing the 40 kg of weight. Okay. So Okay, so I think all of you have got an idea about what scientific Surya Namaskar is and how much energy it is demanding. So I seen the clear effect of Shivambu while practicing the scientific Surya Namaskar. Earlier, that was grade 8. The grade 4 of scientific Surya Namaskar, I will show you at the end of this slide. So in my practice, when I was learning the scientific Surya Namaskar, I used to practice 10 scientific Surya Namaskar of grade 4 in 2 breaks. I split them 5 in non-stop and then take a break of 5 to 10 minutes and then again did my 5 repetition. But when I started drinking Shivambu, that number is increased from 10 to 12. So increasing 2 scientific Surya Namaskar is a very much challenging. But I managed that in a like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after started Shivambu. And again, the break time between 2 Surya Namaskar reduced to 2 minutes and the repetition comes to 6 in first half and 6 in later half. Then Shivambu increases my capacity to go beyond grade 4. So I reached to grade 6 in next 2 months with consistent practice of Surya Namaskar as well as my Yogasana and Pranayam. Then I reached to grade 8 of scientific Surya Namaskar in next 8 months. So I achieved grade 8 of scientific Surya Namaskar with 1 year of practice. And I think that is all because of Shivambu and my continuity, my continuous progress to reach the higher level of scientific Surya Namaskar. But here, I also want to tell you that I am still at grade 8 from last 1 year. So to reach grade 9, I need more time to reach there. So Shivambu, along with my daily practice, I need more energy. So this is what scientific Surya Namaskar is. Shivambu is helping me, but I'm not getting enough time to reach to grade 9 level. Next, I want to talk about my asana holding capacity. Mayurasana. I think many of you know Mayurasana. Mayurasana is a peacock pose, holding your whole balance on just 2 hands. So when I started practicing Mayurasana, I used to hold for a few seconds, like 5 or 10 seconds. But slow and steady, the time increases up to 70 seconds. The same happened with the Shirshasana, means headstand. Earlier, I used to do Shirshasana for a few seconds, like 40 seconds, 50 seconds. But later on, that time increases up to 7 minutes within a span of like 8 or 9 months. And I'm doing Shirshasana with closed eyes for 7 minutes. So with closed eyes, it's challenging. And the next thing, that is a moxibustion technique. Moxibustion is a preventive health treatment, which is a practice in acupuncture, which actually shows how many blockages in your body. So when Guruji treated me with the moxibustion for preventive health, that shows a very less blockages in my body. And Guruji told me that you are the first person who has shown this kind of sorry, not first person, few among the few. Guruji already treated one Krishna Vidya, that is a Indian wrestling technique, Krishna Vidya person with moxibustion, who shown this kind of less blockages in his body. And I have not learned the Krishna Vidya, but I just learned the bit of Krishna Vidya. And he told me that you are showing the similar less blockages in your body. So again, the question arises, how did this happen? That is again a challenging question in front of me. How I am progressing in such a way. So nutrients rich Shivambu fulfills nutrition and energy needs spontaneously. As we all know, Shivambu is chunk of nutrition. It's a extract of whatever you are eating and whatever you are doing. So the time for your metabolic process is reducing because of the Shivambu. So you get the ready chunk of nutrition. So your body doesn't need again to go into that metabolic process. That metabolic process requires a lot of energy. How come? How many of you observed that after our lunch or dinner, we feel that little sleepy, little cozy, our body get heated by 1 or 2 degrees centigrade? Most of us observe that we start yawning or we start burping. So that indicates that whenever you take a food, your metabolism started and your body temperature increases, which expels the air out from your body in a whatever way possible. So when you drink the Shivambu, the metabolic process take less energy. So that energy is transferred towards my activities. That energy helped me to practice more about Surya Namaskar and practice of yoga. Here I want to mention, whenever I pronounce the word yoga, yoga is Ashtanga yoga. It's not just yogasan or pranayam. It included each and every limb of yoga. So whenever I talk yoga, so consider all the 8 folds of yoga. So the nutrition chunk helped me to transfer that metabolic energy towards my activities. Then the Shivambu is itself rich in Ojas Dhatu. So what is Ojas Dhatu? Basically, Ojas Dhatu, as per Sushruta Samhita, it's the essence of Sapta Dhatu, which I already talked, that Rasa Dhatu, Rakta Dhatu, Meda Dhatu, and Virya Dhatu. So it is the Ashta Dhatu, which is the essence of all those Sapta Dhatu. And Shivambu contains a very small energy, which is your potence sexual energy. So you will get that Ojas Dhatu in your body. And this increases the vitality. It limits the aging of your body. So that is why Shivambu is helping me to get towards fitter and fitter and fitter. And I'm talking about the preventive health. I'm not ill. Still, I'm getting the best of the best result out of Shivambu. Now, combined effect of scientific Surya Namaskar, Yoga, and Shivambu brought balance of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. As these 3 doshas are also known as 3 important root principles of our body. Vata, Pitta, and Kapha are not doshas until and unless they are imbalanced. If they are in harmony, if they are in a balance, then they are known as 3 dhatu of our body. But any one of them is imbalanced, then our body gets sick, it catches diseases. But the practice of scientific Surya Namaskar, Yoga, and Shivambu for continuity bring the balance of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in my body, and which brings me towards normality. I'm still saying that I'm not normal, but it is a way getting me towards the normality. So this is how help to increase my stamina. Now let's talk about increased flexibility and fat loss. So earlier, while practicing asana or practicing scientific Surya Namaskar or any other exercise, I feel cramps in my hamstring and in my ankle. And even I can't hold the asana for longer duration. And my fat, as I always have a track of fat percentage, of my body, when I started scientific Surya Namaskar, my fat percentage was at 35% of total body fat. And it is decreasing by 0.5% every week, and all that track. But when I started Shivambu, that speeded up. That is increasing by 1.5. Now my body's total fat percentage is 17%. So that is what modern science called as a normal range of fat percentage. So it's in, according to modern science, normal. But I think fat is important for our body. For it acts as a protective layer of our body. So less than 17% or 6%, 7% may not be that much good for your health. So the next question, how did it happen? The causes behind my spasms are like weakness in my body, even though I'm practicing a bit higher level, but still to reach the next level, my body is weak. And the untrained muscle, overuse or maybe underused muscles are there. So Shivambu helped me to provide all the important nutrition to reduce that weakness, and it also helps the muscle. As we know, stiffness are because of less magnesium, potassium, and so Shivambu helped me to get that thing. So stiffness slow and steadily start decreasing, my flexibility increasing, and as we know, muscle loves stretching and fats hate stretching. The bonding between fats when you stretch start breaking down, and the muscle when stretch get more space to expand. So these are vice versa. Muscles when stretch they expand, they grow, and fats when stretch they breaks. So this way scientific Surya Namaskar, yoga and Shivambu helped to increase my flexibility, and it speeded up my fat loss. Now let's talk about mental changes. So I started observing changes in my body, physical body, but slow and steadily, I started observing changes in my mental state also. After a year or let's say 6 months of use of Shivambu, I started changing my attitude. I'm more calmer. My attitude is more towards positivity. My concentration increase a bit, less distractions in front of me. And also that is because some yoga also helping there. And confidence in learning, teaching, and consulting is increased tremendously. So again, the question, how did this happen? So as I know, as I already talked in the definition of health, health is internal as well as physical. So the bodily doshas brought to harmony by scientific Surya Namaskar, yoga, and Shivambu. So those doshas are balanced. So my mental state, my rajasic nature, my tamasic natures start depriving, it going towards sattvic nature, and that brings harmony in my body. So now I'm more focusing towards my work. I'm more focusing towards my extracurricular things rather than just focusing on my problems. So as we know, a little problem in your body distracts you from your goal. If let's say pain in ankle, so it always be in your mind, what happen if I down the stairs, what happen if I jump. So that always in your mind. So when that there is nothing in your body, then you can concentrate on your work. You can hold the asana, you can concentrate in your asana, what's happening in the asana, and you keep observing and experiencing the things, and that helps to build my concentration, that helps to build my dhyan or meditation. So again, I will give credit to the combined effect of scientific Surya Namaskar, Yoga, and Shivambu. Now let's talk about physiological changes. So what physiological changes occurred after starting Shivambu? First, digestion improved after almost 3 months consuming Shivambu. After a practice of Shivambu for a year, more than a year, I noticed that my body is repulsive to non-vegetarian food. Earlier, while in 10 years back, or let's say 14 years back, I'm a non-vegetarian person. I love non-vegetarian food. While gymming and doing all my sport activity, I used to take high protein diet. But all of a sudden, my body started repulsing the non-vegetarian food. Then, all of a sudden, my Shivambu dosage come to middle stream. So from 12th March to 25th March of 2021, I used to drink middle stream of the Shivambu as described in the Shivambu Kalpavidhi. So how did it happen? Non-veg food stiffens body and heaviness in body for next 2-3 days. So I started observing whenever I eat non-veg, next 2-3 days my body is little heavy, and my performance down by 10 to 20% of my daily activity, and I'm not that much active. My face whenever I non-veg is not glowing that much. So and the bowel emptying again changes a little. So that coming to my physiology, that non-veg is not digested by my body. And earlier it's like whenever I pass any restaurant or a good stall, food stall, and whenever I smell non-vegetarian food, I decide yeah, next week or next weekend I will visit that stall or restaurant and will have that dish. But now my total body is not even listening to that smell. Even though I pass, if even though I smell, huh, that's good smell, but I'm not craving about that food. It's not craving. Yeah, you need to go and do go and eat that food. No, my body is not demanding that food. So again, this is morely because of the Shivambu, the nature of Shivambu, the Satvikta of Shivambu. Now, why I need to come to half doses of Shivambu? So that middle stream of Shivambu. So the words, now I'm going to explain that in later part of my slides, how that half dosage of Shivambu. So a day in the morning when I'm in a complete sattvic diet, I'm practicing my yoga and I'm following the brahmacharya. I'm not wasting my sexual energy. I'm mastering over it. But all of a sudden, I notice ulcers are pounding in my mouth. So I'm little bit concerned, and I called Guruji immediately and told him that ulcer are there. So Guruji, follow me up what you did in last 10 days, last 1 month. Give me detailed history about your daily activity in last 1 month. So I have given him my complete activity of last 1 month, and then he told me, yeah, there are no chances to get mouth ulcers. So we get into deep discussion. How may this happen? So then he come with the conclusion. Why don't you try middle stream of the Shivambu? Just dispose the first and the last Shivambu and just take the middle stream of the Shivambu. Then I said, okay, I will try that. And I noticed that after drinking middle stream of the Shivambu for next 2-3 days, my ulcers are completely gone. Now that was miracle. And for next 2 to 3 weeks, I was on middle stream of Shivambu. But somehow in the fourth week, I got exhausted due to some my commitments to the work and traveling and all. So I feel little tired, little fatigue, and that day the middle stream don't work for me. So again, I need to go on full dosage of Shivambu, whatever coming in the morning. I drink 400 ml around whatever coming in the morning. So I again go back in that thing. So after experiencing for 2 to 3 weeks of middle stream of the doses, I realize the what is given in the Shivambu Kalpavidhi. I experience what will be the health at that period of whenever that Shivambu has been written. So I just got that, and I'm still trying to get into top of my health. But due to the commitments and other work, I'm reaching there for a while, but again, it dropped by 10 to 15%. I reached there and it dropped by 10 to 15%. So the mouth ulcer, I noticed during the dhyan also. So I used to do dhyan. Now also I'm doing dhyan for 20 minutes. But whenever I exceed that limit, whenever I did my dhyan more than 20 minutes, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I found ulcer very next day. So what's happening? That is the big question. So while discussing, while learning or researching on it, I experienced that my body is not yet capable to hold that much power inside me. I want to ask you a simple question. The electricity flowing in your home is 240 volt. What happens if it increases up to 400 volt? Yes, what will happen? Short circuit, all switch will burst,
will burn out.
right? So exactly that will happen with our body if we are dealing with the high power, high energy without building our energy, without building our body to store that or to receive that much energy. So I experienced it, I learned it, and again I started working on that to retain my semen, to retain my sexual energy, to retain my daily activity, reach towards higher level of yoga practice, to reach towards higher level of scientific Surya Namaskar practice. So these are the physiological changes I observed with the Shivambu and other my activities. Now let's talk about the spiritual changes. So whenever I used to do dhyan, or I used to do scientific Surya Namaskar or yoga, any one of these, if miss for my daily activity, I feel my status drop by, my health drop by 10 to 20%. So it's a very sensitive thing. I'm not dropping by 50%, but that 10% also sensible to my body. Yeah, dude, you are not top of your health. So if I miss practice of my yoga, if I missed scientific Surya Namaskar, even though I'm drinking Shivambu non-stop, I have never missed a single day. I won't miss Shivambu in last 4 years. Sorry, last 3.5 years. So still, Shivambu will not help me to take myself to that top level. Yes, it's a combined effect of all my activities, my yoga, my scientific Surya Namaskar, my dhyan, and Shivambu. If any one of these is missing in my daily lifestyle, Shivambu is not helping me to keep me at top of my health. Now, next thing, the diagnostic power in patient history and introspection increase. So, and this is done by lots of time. I used to guess before that patient walking towards me. I realized that this patient has these problems. Even after looking that person, I write it down what may be the problems in that person, and I just keep that note. I kept writing that points, and then after, while discussing it with him, I confirm all my presumptions, and 99%, I would say 100% of them are correct. So when I talk with Guruji, Guruji, this is happening with me because I was not that much spiritual before that. So Guruji told me that keep tracking that, do this for next 20-30 patients. If you are doing the same with next 20-30 patients, then yeah, you are getting that institutional power. So just keep working towards that thing, and I keep working on that thing for next 20-30 people, and I notice, yes, my assumptions are almost right. So the big question, how did it happen? So the Vata Pitta Kapha come to harmony, the doshas come to harmony, the mala, that is the excretion remaining in my body, it's got out of my body. So the energy flow in my body is increased. The energy is flawlessly flowing in my body, and that is connecting me with the, I would say, universe in a bit, and that is what happening with the body. And the power of Omkar, that Omkar I am chanting at 432 hertz, that also bring the vibrational balance and calmness in my body. So again, when I talk this, these are all because of the combined effect along with the Shivambu. So yes, Shivambu helped me to reach there, but it won't happen only because of Shivambu. It is because of the yoga and scientific Surya Namaskar. Whenever I pronounce yoga, yoga is asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So the complete yoga. So this is because of these all effects. So I think I talk enough about the early Shivambu observations. So I will not bore you much. Then let's move towards what are my age Shivambu observation. So applying oils, face wash on burnt wounds, hair shampoo, honeybee's bite, whitening of teeth, mosquito repellent. So I'm going to cover these all things in my next presentation, because the latter part is far more important than the Shivambu observation, age Shivambu observation. So whenever I get next opportunity, I'm going to touch this bit in my upcoming presentations. So my takes on Shivambu as preventive health. So most of us talk that Shivambu cures cancer, Shivambu cures diabetes, Shivambu cures this and that. But very few of us talk about Shivambu as a preventive health. So today I'm going to touch the preventive health part of Shivambu. What is health? What are the pillars of health? What our ancient texts talk about the preventive health, and which are future prospect, and where we are failing while propagating the preventive health. So I'm going to touch these aspects. So again, I want to read the definition of health, because we are not normal, and to become a normal, we need to mug up this definition given in Sushrut Samhita. Health indicates a normal condition of three doshas, Agni, Mala, and the seven dhatus of the body, as well as Siren state of the body, mind, and the sense organs. So, are we normal? Ask this question to ourselves and write it down, and go towards the normality. The definition of normality is a very high standard. So I just test the normal health, what is normal health, and I'm still trying to reach the normal health. Okay, now let's talk about what are my takes on Shivambu as preventive health. So before that, I want to explain the Bharatiya text, the ancient text, let's say Shivambu Kalpavidhi, Sushruta Samhita, Charak Samhita, Patanjali Yog Darshan, Hatha Yog Pradipika, Gheran Samhita, all they are mainly talking about the three things. These are ahara, that is your diet, nidra, that is your sleep, and third, brahmacharya, that is abstinence. So open any ancient text and they are focusing on these three pillars of our health. So why ahara is important? Ahara is giving the energy. So ahara is not restricted to only your vegetable or this. Ahara is also goes towards the prana. We are breathing. We are eating the air than anything else. So ahara also you are breathing the pranavayu. Nidra. After the ahara, the recharging of your body is important. So that's why sleep is important. So if you are eating, then to recharge your body. Okay, we all are using cell phones, right? All of us are using cell phones, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. So what you do, you keep your phone in charging plug and keep using it. Will you do that continuously for 24 hours?
No.
No. You use it when your power of your device come to lower mode. You put that in the charging switch and keep it aside for, let's say, hour, 2 hour, or 3 hours, right?
Okay.
So with ahara, you are getting that energy, but to recharge your body, you need a sleep, a sound sleep.
How many
Here,
hours?
It,
How many
dep-
hours for sound sleep?
it depends on your energy level. Some people, they are more energetic, don't even need a sleep. They just do the dhyan and they get their body charging in the dhyan. So it depends on your balance of the doshas. Then the next important thing is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya mistakenly taken as the just prevention or just abstinence, means no sexual energy loss. First, we need to widen the definition of brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is preservation of energy in any form. So whatever energy wasting from your body, you need to preserve that energy. So our each and every text is depend on these three pillars. So our Shivambu Kalpavidhi also talk the same. Let's chant the verse number 5. Akshar Katunnashi Sadhakah Sramavarjitah Shait Lagu Bhugaratro Bhumishayi Jitendriyah. The intending practitioner of the therapy should abjure salty or bitter foods. It talking about ahara. Should not overexert himself any kind of loss of energy. That may be your sexual energy through masturbation or intercourse. Maybe you are exerting while sitting here and delivering the lecture. So you need to help yourself to preserve that energy. Should take a light meal in the evening, should sleep on the ground, and should control and master his senses. So the important word is should control and master his senses. So these are the senses which are changing us from sattvic nature to rajasic and towards tamasic. So we need to master our senses. We need to learn the technique. We should sleep on the floor. So if you want to try, sleep on a foamy mattress and sleep on the floor, you will notice the difference. What is the difference in between? Let's experience for next 8 days. Sleep on foamy mattress for 8 days and then sleep on the ground with a thick, a little thick mattress and sleep on the ground. You will notice the changes. I will not explain that because then you will not observe. You will just conclude the things. I want you to observe, and then I have given my contact, and then we can connect on that thing. So the next verse about the Shivambu. Shivambu prevents and removes 3 doshas from the body. So the same yoga talk to remove the 3 doshas from body, to prevent the entry of 3 doshas, means accessing 3 doshas. The same Shivambu is talking. The same Ayurveda is talking. So what Shivambu is talking? 85th verse of the Shivambu Kalpavidhi. Sorry, just a second. Let me drink water. Sorry. The 85th verse of Shivambu Kalpavidhi emphasizes on balance of 3 doshas with the help of Shivambu. Nasyam pratah prakurute yogi devi Shivambuna kapharoga vinashanti vataroga sapaitikaha jwala jathar vanhi syadatikaya balo balaha. O goddess, if in the early morning the follower nasalizes his own urine, the elements arising out of kapha, pitta, and vata will vanish. He will have a healthy appetite and his body will become strong and healthy. So, this is the health. This is the definition of health given by the Sushruta. This is the definition of health given by all our ancient texts. So we need to go back and dig out the ancient texts. We need to read them and we need to thoroughly understand them. We need to practice them thoroughly. As myself, I just experiencing 2 or 3 verses. I have not yet practiced the later verses because my Guruji is there to guide me. He told me, whenever you come to talk of your health again, then we will practice the remaining verses. So I want you all to come and read the Shivambu Kalpavidhi thoroughly and get your health towards the top of your health and then experience the different verses. That is, we need to do research. Again, this is the explanation given by someone. I noticed that there are lots of misunderstandings or less vocabulary to those who translated this Shivambu Kalpavidhi into the English. So someone master in Sanskrit should come in front who is also master in English and translate the Shivambu Kalpavidhi thoroughly. So that is my request. Anyone who wish to do this thing for all of us should come in front and take a step. Now, the next verse, the next take of Shivambu. One must consume fresh Shivambu because it contains current vibration of our body. So let's take an example. Somehow, if someone get the fever, so the current vibration of his body are different. So in that current status, his current Shivambu is more helpful because that current Shivambu knows the vibrations of your body. So when I talk about the vibrations, our each and every Bharatiya text, ancient text, talk about the Brahma Muhurta. When early in the morning, 3:30 to 5:30, when the vibrations are their uppermost part, the alpha particles, beta particles are in a very vibrant state, and you are so much deep into the dhyan and all things. And the same is given in the Shivambu Kalpavidhi. Shivambu Kalpavidhi, verse number 6, explain that our body is producing maximum positive vibrations in the early morning. during Brahma Muhurta. Chaturthyam Vashishtayam Ratra Utthaya Buddhimana Mutrosarga Prakurvita Pramukham Paramashayah. The sagacious practitioner should get up when 3/4 of the night have elapsed and should pass urine while facing the east. So how many of us has been knowing this? Most of us are knowing this, that current Shivambu, fresh Shivambu is very helpful because it contains the current vibrations of our body and it will heal you faster. So that is my take about the Shivambu. Next, the Shivambu is more powerful when we are in continuous progress of yoga. Here, sorry, here I am focusing more on continuous progress of yoga. It's not like you are doing a few days of shibir of yoga or Shivambu and getting the results. So you should be in a continuous progress to get maximum benefits of the Shivambu. You do 10 days shibir or 15 days shibir or next month's shibir, and then you just stick to Shivambu. No yoga, nothing. The efficacy of Shivambu is not that much when you are in continuous progress of yoga. Same is explained in the Shivambu Kalpavidhi, verse number 9. Shivambu Samrutam Divyam Jara Roga Vinashanam Tadadaya Mahayogi Kuryadve Nija Sadhanam. And the same is given in the Hatayog Pradapika. Why Hatayog Pradapika put Shivambu or Amroli Yoga on verse number 96 and 97? Why they don't explain Amroli Yoga before than that? They explain the Shat Karmas or Shuddha Griyas earlier than the Shivambu. But they not touch the Shivambu. They touch the Shivambu after the Yogasan part, after the Pranayam part, at later parts. The verse number of 96 and 97 is talking about the Amroli Yoga. So what is important? You should be in a continuous progress of yoga. Only doing Amroli Yoga is not beneficial. You should be following the Ashtanga Yoga in a proper way. Unfortunately, there are very few people remaining on this planet who are teaching the traditional or true yoga. I'm fortunate that I got Guruji who given me essence of true yoga, and I'm benefiting from that true yoga. So what that verse explain in English? Shivambu is heavenly nectar which is capable of destroying senility and diseases. The practitioner of yoga should take it before proceeding with his other rituals. So again, here I find some misinterpretation in the English. So again, I request some good Sanskrit knower and good English learner to translate these words into a proper format. Again, when I talk about using Shivambu for my fat loss, so most of the time I heard that do Shivambu for this duration and you will lose the fat. Most of the time we misunderstand that our body don't get fat within 10 or 15 days. The fat gaining process is a continuous process. Let's say you are 60 kg of your weight. So you are not 60 kg in last 2 or 3 months. Maybe you transform from 40 kg to 60 kg and it took almost 3 to 4 years to become 60 kg. And when you do Shivambu fasting and you directly come to 50 kg in just next 10 days or 15 days or 1 month, that is not sustainable because your hormones need to balance, your body, your muscles need to cooperate with each other. So losing fat all of a sudden is again a big problem. You be sustainable. You must be in continuous progress, whatever you are doing. do it for in a continuity. As we know, all the people who are doing Shivambu, they experience 40, 50 years of Shivambu usage. Then they collected the data and then they written this book. When we read this book, they talk about what will happen if you drink Shivambu for 12 years, 14 years. So they collected this data not in 12 years. There are lots of generation who work on that thing, who research on that thing, and then that conclusion occur. So we need to read Shivambu Kalpavidhi thoroughly, understand it thoroughly, practice it thoroughly. My next take on Shivambu is understanding and propagation of right knowledge of Shivambu is missed by many of us, including myself, yet I am just restricted to 4 or 5 verses out of 107 verses. The last verse of Shivambu is talking about the secrecy of Shivambu. Why they are talking about the secrecy of Shivambu? How many of us bother about? We are taking Zoom sessions, we are taking Zoom conference, we are exposing Shivambu everywhere. But why Lord Shiva talk about the secrecy of Shivambu? We must give a thought process on it. This is a very demanding question. As a Shivambu practitioner, we must attract youth towards preventive health along with curative health. This is my big failure that I cannot bring much people. I just brought 10 or 15 people who are in my generation to start drinking Shivambu as a curative health. As a preventive health alongside the curative health. Because the tendency of the people is like until and unless they are not get into ICU or they not get hospitalized or they don't get any chronic issue, they think they are normal. So why Shivambu should be there? So we are normal, we don't need Shivambu. When they got diabetes or any chronic illness, then they think of the naturopathy, then they start looking towards Shivambu. So I request you all to bring Shivambu on a platform that it will act as a preventive health along with the curative health. Spread it to the younger generation so that they will propagate explanation, proper logical explanation is important whenever we talk on the Shivambu. The Shivambu along with yoga and sattvic diet will give best results for everyone. So in all my slides, I'm talking Shivambu along with the yoga. As we know the history of yoga, Lord Patanjali is a compiler of yoga. He's not the founder of yoga, he's a compiler of yoga. So Lord Shiva or Hiranyagarbha, when started the yoga practice slowly and steadily deteriorated. It is diluted. The sattvikta in our body slowly and steadily diluted. We are moving towards rajasic and tamasic nature. So we need to focus. We need to go towards yoga as a preventive health, diet as a preventive health, Shivambu as a preventive health, not as a only curative health. It is curative, but we must first learn what is preventive. So these are all my takes about the Shivambu as preventive health. Now, how I become a Shivambu expert, how my journey towards the expert is started, and when did I realize I was a Shivambu expert. So it's a very interesting thing that the day I started Shivambu is the day I started my journey towards expertise. So that is that we know only when there is a guru. A guru is kind of person who teaches you, who guides you, who like motivates you, mentors you without knowing you. So that time, I think it's just for my preventive health. But in Guru's mind, I was already become a Shivambu expert. He has already planned me where he needs to take me. So in his mind, he already cleared the track. This person needs to go here, and I am going to take him with this process. I never know until and unless I treated 10, 20 people with Shivambu. So how my journey started, how Guruji takes me on that journey, how he showed me that path. So first important thing is experiencing. So my Guruji helped me to experience. First, you experience. Before telling someone else, the important thing is experience. So he was continuously in touch. What happened today? What Shivambu has given you results in last 10 days, 8 days. He asked me to keep the note. He asked me to prepare an Excel sheet. He asked me to prepare a document, write it down, write in essay form, write in tabular form, in any form, and keep your records in your flexibility, concentration, metabolism, and whatnot. So I think that is for my experiences. So I keep tracking for last 2 years, 3 years, 3.5 years. I'm still tracking what is my growth in Shivambu. Then the next thing after experiencing comes guiding. So most of us are here and because of good guidance, but many of us are not here because they are lacking in guidance. So guidance is a very important thing. There must be a guru to who take a torch and walk you on the way. So he guided us. He has given us the important necessary material, the important necessary text, the important necessary case studies. He made us to read that. He made us to think on that. He made us to give a thought on that, analysis of that, all the material he has given. So the next thing is examples. So I got the theoretical knowledge, I experienced it, but now the thing, how Guruji has started it, what has Guruji done in this? So he started giving his examples, how he started with Shivambu, how he cured people with Shivambu, how he fails while doing Shivambu therapy, how that failure take him towards next clarity. So all those examples are very important to learn all those things. The next, after analyzing the examples, is training. So in training, he put us in a I would say pressure cooker. Whenever we meet Guruji, I feel I'm in a pressure cooker. Now I'm giving you this presentation. I'm still feeling I'm in pressure cooker because there is big bombardment of questions later on this presentation, because that is what Guruji does. He trains you, because this is not my last presentation. He trains you until and last breath. That is what Guruji is. So he trained us by asking question and question and question. When I asked one question to him, he told me, you answer this question. Okay, I came with the answer. He again questioned that answer. Now answer me this question. Okay, I come with the next answer. He again questioned that answer. So he is never out of the questions as of now. Even after this presentation, he has a number of questions. So this is training, and how that training helped me. So whenever in my early days, I started asking question to the people, then I come to realize that asking question to the people bring the truth out of them, the clarity for my diagnosis, the clarity for my prescription. So that's why asking question is very important. If someone is giving you answer, you ask 2-3 questions to his answer, he has to tell the truth, because you cannot lie more than 2 or 3 times. Somehow he start talking about the truth. So that how he helped. Before treating Shivambu cases, first he used to take us in the conference. Whenever anyone who come to appointment at his place, he asked us to join with him, and he asked us to observe the things, how he's asking the question, how the person is answering, are they true or are they false. So he kept us in training. First 10 to 15 patients, he just kept us aside, just observe, just observe, just observe. Then he started giving us cases along with him. Now it's your turn, you start asking question to this person. So whenever I ask some question, if I missed, why you missed this question? You must have asked this question, you missed this question, that question, this question, that question. Then I start realizing the thing. Yes, we need a lot of training from a guru to become an expert. And hopefully, Guruji taken me through that path. He trained me. And then a next important part is skill enhancing. After you learn, you went through the process, he enhances your skill. He given you the freedom. He will give you the opportunity to make your decisions, whether you may fail or you may succeed, but make your decision, start making your decision, enhance your communication, enhance your diagnostic power, enhance your intuition. So that is skill enhancing part, which Guruji gave us a freedom. Now also, if we feel that this is beyond my capacity, I refer to Guruji, or I feel, yes, I know a bit, then I go to the Guruji, I do consult with him. Yeah, I'm giving this to this patient. Am I right or wrong? So he's again ask question. What do you feel? Why you are giving this? So again, I have to answer because of this. Do you think that is right? So again, every answer there is a question, every answer there is a question. So that brings thought process, that brings clarity. And now I'm going towards such state, I'm coming with the conclusion. Guruji, I'm doing this. So Guruji say, yeah, you are going in a right track. Even if I miss something, he guide me there. You are missing this, you must include this thing. So it took almost 2 years to become a Shivambu expert. Drinking Shivambu and becoming an expert is two different things, I feel. To become an expert, you need to go through a process. As we know, to become an engineer, we need to go through a process. As become a pharmacist, we need to go through a process. To become a doctor, we need to go through a process. So to become a Shivambu expert, we must follow a process. And there must be a person who will guide you, who will enhance your skills. So as of now, I think I'm finished with my presentation, but I would like to portray a slide over my Guru, giving thanks to Guru with these quotes. I have written these quotes. What are the differences between a Guru and a teacher? So I will read 2 of them. I will keep the slide. I want you all to read and understand thoroughly. A teacher takes responsibility for your growth. A guru makes you responsible for your growth. A teacher answers your questions. A guru questions your answers. A teacher clothes you and prepares you for the outer journey. A guru strips you and prepares you for the inner journey. A teacher instructs you. A guru constructs you. So these are my takes about the Guruji, and I am talked about. I will just give a slide show of my presentation, how I took this presentation to the end. So just to focus, I talk about early Shivambu observations, bowel cleansing, energy boost, and increasing stamina. energy boost and increase in stamina, then increased flexibility and fat loss, mental changes, physiological changes, spiritual changes. Then I touch about what are my takes about the Shivambu as a preventive health. I talk about some pillars of health. I talk about the ancient texts. I talk about the future aspect and failure of the system. And then I talk about the Shivambu expert, how I become a Shivambu expert, and difference between a guru and a teacher. So I thank you all. I thank the UUU and SSS platform to give me opportunity to talk on the Shivambu. I'm an expert of Shivambu, but still all of my life, I will remain a student of Shivambu. So I would thank you all to hear me sincerely and to hear my thoughts sincerely. Now, are there any question? Don't ask some personalized question, because personalized question about your diseases, illness are helpless here, because I need a thorough diagnostic. So I need a thorough question answer session. So I cannot give answer in one dimensions. Whenever I answer, I need a holistic approach. So to answer one question, I may need about an hour. So other than this, if you have any question, you can ask. And as I already promise you that I will show you the grade 4 Surya Namaskar. I will just show you all the grade 4 Surya Namaskar over here.
Yes, can I ask you a question?
Yes, yes.
Yes, well, friends, we have formed these groups of urine therapy.
Yes,
So
yes.
object is propagate the urine therapy among the masses.
Right.
Actually, you have started urine as a preventive measure. Our future generation, children, they are going to be future citizens of this country.
Right.
What about Shivambu therapy for the children? Dr. B.U. Kare, he said, if a child is given Shivambu right from the birth, it will turn out to be a computer baby genius with extraordinary intellect and health. I asked him, what is the proof? He said that there is no proof in allopathy, but my own 11 children are taking Shivambu from their birth, and they are doing best in their school and their sports and extracurricular activity. What are our plans for propagating this among our future generation, that is our students? Unfortunately, in their books, it has been written that Shivambu is a waste. It is of no use. So under such circumstances, how we in these groups or other Shivambu groups are going to tie over the situation? How are we going to solve this problem and giving a new direction to our future generation, that is our children? They should know what is the importance of the Shivambu. What is your way or what you suggest about this?
Okay, so basically, I'm in a mindset that our generation become tomorrow's fathers, right? So the people who are in 20s and 30s, if they catch up right now and they teach, if we propagate a right way of Shivambu, then if they start doing the Shivambu, then they will encourage their kids from the birth to take the Shivambu. Okay. Second fact is to enrich our ancient text. Most of the time, none of us, like very few of us, have read about the Shushrut Samhita, Charak Samhita, or Shivambu Kalpavidhi and translated it in a correct way. So, what is our need is to enrich our old heritage, our ancient texts, propagate them, bring them a glory, and then only we can say, our ancients already did work on this fact. So we need to bring the glory of our ancient texts, place them in a modern way, and then propagate the Shivambu in newer generations.
Actually,
Mhm.
we have gone against the textbook, which has written that Shivambu is a waste to the government and the publisher. They
Right.
formed a committee. Unfortunately, they never called us. They have made a committee of the allopaths. And
Right.
they said that yes, what you have said, it is correct. And that is the way, if our generation is being taught wrong way, then what will they think in future? That is the problem. How are we, Shivambu Upasaks, are going to solve this problem?
Okay, so first, I think we need to solve this problem by educating ourselves. When a group, let's say we are here 30, 100 people, and then the mass increases to 1,000, then the mass increases to 10,000, but all of us must be enlightened with the right Shivambu, right knowledge of Shivambu. If any one of us is not like knowledgeable about the Shivambu, then again we are failing. So first, in our group, we need to made some Shivambu leaders. We need to made some Shivambu expert, those who can talk about all these things, those who can propagate. If someone allopathic people come, he knows the physiology, he knows the anatomy.